Welcome to Food Travelers. If you are new to the channel, welcome. And if you are an existing viewer, welcome back. And in this episode, we are doing a versus episode comparing Brazilian barbecue at Fogo De Chao and at Amigos.
Yeah, so starting off here, brief information. Fogo De Chao, they open daily. The location we went to is in Lynnwood, Washington. And at the time of recording was $45.50 a person for lunch. And then as for Amigos, they're in Phnom Penh in Cambodia. At the time of recording was $9.95 a person, and they're also open daily. So for the Lynnwood location, it's about 20 minutes or so north of Seattle. This is a newer location for Fogo De Chao, and they are at the Alderwood Mall location. So with this one, they have a lot of different meats, and the layout is really big. I really enjoyed coming here. So some of the things that I was looking forward to for this restaurant was the ribeye steak and also the beef ribs. The beef ribs was something I was really looking forward to. I really love beef ribs. If you've watched any of our Texas barbecue restaurant or videos, you see that beef ribs was something that I've always craved for.
Yeah, and you know, with beef ribs, Michael, it's not meat that you can cook super quickly, so it takes some time and some preparation. And so it was really nice that they were actually offering this meat. So I was excited to have this too. One of the things that I really did enjoy is just like seasoning from everything they had from Fogo De Chao. Everything was well seasoned, so everything had nice flavor. Everything cooked well, and of course fresh with the tableside service, which always makes everything even better. And of course, if you want to see all the full videos of Fogo De Chao, you can see that in the episodes we'll put in the description box below. And for the next location, the one in Phnom Penh, it's located in BKK1 area, and the place Amigos, it's not quite as big as Fogo De Chao. Of course, you know, the difference between having like more of a chain style Brazilian barbecue versus more of an independent Brazilian barbecue here over in Phnom Penh. But pretty much there's some similarities in the sense that they do have the tableside service for the meats, and there are some similar meats that they did provide, such as the garlic steak that they had over at Phnom Penh and at Fogo De Chao. But one of the things also here they had was char siu, and they had a Dora fish. The char siu, which I really like, is one of my favorite meats to eat, was really good, and it was really nice that it came out nice and hot, fresh right from the grill. And you know, it has all those little nice dark bits that are a little more crispy, that has great flavor to it. But yeah, very similar, just a little smaller in size because, you know, they are small and they're just a single location. So overall, but really great meat, and definitely not a disappointment compared to the two.
Yeah, I wish I got to try some of those Asian meats from Amigos. The char siu, or char siu, as Simon said, is definitely something I really enjoy, especially when they have those dark bits. The dark bits are kind of like the burnt ends of a brisket or something that you see in a normal Texas barbecue. And yeah, those parts are usually the best part. They're like, they got all the flavors, all the the sweetness of it, and you got that nice texture of the crunch of it if it's done right. So it's always one of my favorite parts of the meat itself.
And same with Amigos. If you want to see the full video, you can also go get the link in the description box below to kind of see more of all the meats and everything of the restaurant by itself.
Yeah, so next up here, we're going over the market table. So the market table is part of the Fogo De Chao experience. So with the market table, they have a lot of stuff. As you see here in the video, they have all the fresh seasonal salads, the exotic vegetables. They have different types of dressing for the vegetables. They also have all the aged cheeses. They have the smoked salmon. They have all the cured meats, seasonal soup. And that siso soup is on another table below or from behind. And also, one thing I really liked about this market table is as you're getting ready to eat all the meats and everything, you can also watch them prepare everything right from behind. You see that flame from behind, just like glowing there. It just looks so good and it smells so great too.
Yeah, definitely, Micah. I agree. It's very appetizing. You get all the aromas and everything from all the meats being grilled up right there. And then, of course, it's always nice to balance out the different flavors of having all the tableside meats, and then, being able to counterbalance all that savoriness with nice freshness of the fruits and vegetables. And they do have some other certain items and other like the cured meats that they have there, but overall, it's just a pretty large selection of different things, salads and other types of fruits that you get. And like as you mentioned earlier, one of the great things, at least especially for me with fruits, is they cut it fresh right there. And so being able to see that was really great. And so as we see here, we're going forward into Amigos buffet, and definitely is not quite as big as Fogo De Chao's. Some of the things I noticed mostly is they did have some starches that they focused on, which kind of makes sense because in Asia, especially Cambodia, you'll have a lot of the meats and people like to eat it with rice, so they'll have the rice as you saw. At the same time, they'll also have different kind of vegetables and stir fries that they had available over there to go with the meats that you have. So definitely you're not going hungry whatsoever. There's definitely plenty of a selection to go pick out different things you want to try before waiting for any meats that you're looking forward to that are coming to tableside. But one of the differences that they did have, at least at Amigos versus Fogo, is they actually had a dessert section, whereas in Fogo De Chao, if you wanted dessert, you actually had to order it extra, and of course that would be an upsell where you'd have to pay an extra price in addition to the buffet that you had. But in Amigos' case, it was all included, so for that $9.95 price, you also get desserts, which were Asian desserts mostly. So you'd have some of that sliced fruits, dragon fruit in this case, and some other things. But they also had some other desserts that are Asian.
Yeah, so moving along here, some of the pros with both of these, Fogo De Chao, they have that market table, like I said earlier. They have all the cured meats, they have all the vegetables, fresh fruits and everything. And with Amigos, being in Asia, it is that $9.95 cost, so it's definitely a better pro, of course. And then with Fogo De Chao, they have all the selections of meats. They have that beef rib, they also have filet mignon, they have the pork chops, they also have lamb chops. With Amigos, they have all the Asian meats. Like Simon said, there's the fish that they come with, the white fish. They also have the char siu, and they're both freshly grilled, so that's always a pro.
Yeah, and now for the cons. Of course, with Fogo De Chao, you do have the higher price, which as Michael mentioned, the different locations, the U.S. is higher cost of living, so of course it's going to cost more. But one of the other things is also you had to request some meats, and as much as we really did love the beef ribs, it wasn't brought around regularly, so you'd actually have to go and ask the server to come in and say, okay, we would like to have some of the beef ribs, and so they would go, once it's prepared, bring it over. And that was something where other meats, they would actually just walk by and say, oh, would you like some of this, some of that. And then for Amigos, of course, it's the smaller buffet, so you have a little bit less selection in that buffet section versus the market table. And then, of course, they had less meats. And in Amigos' case, it was 6 meats that you were able to get for the lunch buffet. I know for the dinner service, you could get up to 16 meats. 12 was the standard, and you can add 4 other meats, so that would have been interesting to try. But overall, if you really like Brazilian buffet, and Fogo De Chao in the US and Amigos in Cambodia, those are 2 great locations to go. Overall, they have their pros and their cons that were really great, but they're just both really great, so definitely a recommendation if you want to go try Brazilian barbecue, go to either of those places, whichever you're near.
And to support our channel, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for the YouTube algorithm. And for more photos, follow us on Instagram. See you guys on the next episode.